Okay, now it's starting.
Okay.
So, first, what is your name and when and where were you born?
Oh, okay. Jim Roberts, and I was born December 6, 1956 in Orlando, Florida.
What were your parents' names?
Cecil Monroe Roberts and Melba Lee Roberts.
Okay. What was your house like when you were growing up?
The actual house I lived in the whole time I was at home, it was a split level 2-story on the north side of Lake Pine Lock in South Orlando, Florida. And it was 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and me and my 2 brothers lived upstairs in the 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. My parents naturally downstairs in the other. So it was a great neighborhood and just a good place to grow up.
What were your brothers' names?
Oldest brother was Roddy, and then my middle brother, about 2 years older than me, was Greg. And I was the runt.
What did you and your siblings do for fun growing up?
Oh, in that era, being the late 50s and the 60s, being outside was a big deal. We didn't do a lot of indoor stuff in Orlando, Florida. Living on the lake, we skied and fished and swam just about year round, pretty close anyway. And we spent a lot of time, doing those things. But we were always playing. We were always skiing, riding bikes, playing with other kids in the neighborhood, fighting, wrestling, just doing everything you can imagine. 3 boys would do growing up on a lake, and always involved in sports and those kind of things in school also.
What sports did you play?
Played all of them, through junior high, and then just ran cross country in high school. So enjoyed mostly basketball and running, and then naturally played a little bit of football, sandlot mostly, stuff like that, and then some baseball. Roddy was actually on a pretty good Little League baseball team. I wasn't, but anyway, so we played a lot though.
What's the farthest you've ever run?
Accidentally, a little over 13 miles. This was in junior high. I ran for the Orlando Track Club in the summers, and we would do a lot of extra running, doubles and stuff like that all summer. So in the evening, we would run distance, and we got lost. Me and another guy got turned around and ended up running a little over 13 miles, getting back to, it was supposed to be about a 8 to 10 mile run. I can't remember what it was. It ended up being about 13. So that's the farthest I've ever run, but that was accidental. So most of our run, I was a middle distance runner. I ran the mile and 2 mile mostly. So that was what I did. But we'd do sprints and stuff like that in the morning, and then in the evening we do more distance running. So, yeah.
What were your parents like?
Both were just very southern and country. Both grew up very poor and stuff. My dad was a child of sharecroppers in South Georgia, and he was actually pulled from school in 4th grade because he was, quote, big enough to tote your own cotton sack. So he was pulled from 4th grade and started picking cotton and stuff like that in 4th grade. And left home at 18, went to CC camp up in Toccoa, Georgia, and then moved to Orlando then in 1934 and worked kind of odd jobs, concrete and different stuff like that until 1940. He got on with Southern Bell and was with them for 40 years. So had a good job, and they sent him back to school. He was educated and everything more with Southern Bell and all those kind of things. But had made a good living and everything, just getting to it and working hard and staying with one company for 40 years. So he did well. And my mom, she was born in near Weirsdale, Florida, and her upbringing was they were grove workers, so she worked in the groves and stuff like that, but went to school all the way through 12th grade, even had, I think, 1 year of business college after she moved to Orlando. She moved to Orlando in 1936 after finishing high school, and then just worked different jobs. I think optometry and different stuff like that, just secretarial type receptionist work. And then her and my dad got married in 1940. So here in Orlando, or there in Orlando, I'm actually in Huntersville.
Did you go to college?
I went one semester. That's where I met Ann, and at Seminole Junior College. I went one semester there. Didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to be. I just was thinking more of forest ranger, game warden, something like that is what I really wanted to be. And after learning more about it, and also had a recession in 73, 74, and they weren't even hiring at that point and stuff like that. So I went in other directions after one year of, one semester of junior high school, junior college. I went to Winn-Dixie then and began working there full time. That's where I stayed for many years until we got married and everything else. That was my career. So they send you to a lot of college stuff. Cornell University did a lot of classes back then that were, I forgot what the name of that is, when it's you send away your stuff and back. Now it's online courses. Back then it was, I forgot the name of it. But anyway, we took a lot of management courses and buying courses and things like that over the years. And you kind of get educated in what they want you to be educated in at those times. So,
Was that your first job, or did you have jobs before that?
no, my first job was janitor at some apartments close to the house. I would take care of the pool and the filter of that, and clean grills, and sweep out the laundry room, and just take care of the grounds and stuff like that after school. It was a couple hours, 4 or 5 days a week after school and stuff like that. And then I coached Gray Y, which was like the YMCA type stuff. I was a coach for football and basketball for a couple of years then in high school. And I actually coached at the elementary school I went to. And so anyway, that was my kind of my jobs going through high school and then soon after, like that.
How many jobs do you think you've worked in your life so far?
I don't know, probably 6 or 7 maybe in total. I figured out I just retired last year and figured I worked 49 years, and so there was different jobs in it. The main ones were Winn-Dixie and the grocery business, and then working at fastening specialists for basically 35 years. There was a couple of little hiccups in there where I left and moved and different stuff like that, but overall just about 35 years with fastening specialists. And also that was nut and bolt business, so it was it's basically what I learned to do. And you just kind of get in there and you learn management of companies and find out what they want and how they want to progress on things, how you can make them money, make yourself an asset to the company, and all that. And it doesn't always take a degree in college to do those things. You just figure out what's profitable and good for them, and then you jump in there and learn how to do that, and you do it. So anyway, that was my business life.
You already said you met City at college, but how did you guys meet?
Just started there, and we kind of ran into each other. I saw her coming down the stairs, and I just felt like God said, "There's your wife." And I was 17. I was like, "Really? Okay." I was very excited about that notion, and so she actually walked up, and we started a conversation, and started doing some things together, going to Baptist campus ministry and just different things like that. Actually going to church on occasion together and stuff like that. So we just got to know each other and stuff like that. And we were married 49 years last month. So I guess I did hear right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is something that you wish you knew when you were my age?
Oh, wow. Gosh, I don't know a good answer on that one. I don't. it's just so much of life you learn as you're going, and you don't know if that would have been helpful at the time or not helpful at the time. So I don't know. I'm not sure how to answer that one, honestly. I'm not sure what would be a true answer. Some of these I kind of, went through, and I didn't really have anything profound, so we'll move on.
That's okay. What is something that is important that you've learned as you've got older?
Oh goodness, let's see. As you get older, you kind of learn. We were Christians our whole adult married life, and that's one of the things that you stay solid in that, and it affects everything that you do. So you learn to trust God in little things, and then you kind of are able to then trust Him in the big things. So, that's the big thing, is continuing to trust God in all these things. I don't know if that answers the question, but something like that. So.
Do you have, since you've been married for 49 years, do you have any advice for your married children, or for your grandchildren along that realm?
Oh goodness. Never lick a steak knife. Don't run downstairs with your hands in your pocket. But there's probably some other things. So, I think that just seeing them now, and this is one of those emotional ones. So anyway, we'll work it out. Just seeing the way that. I don't know. There's not any particular one thing, and just help me out here. I don't know. Let me come back to that one.
Okay.
That's better. It's thinking, go with God and stay solid. So.
What were some of the most important moments in your life thus far?
Let's see, important moments. I don't, there's so many things that just kind of, those, Yeah. I don't know. There's it's just good life.
Do you have an all-time favorite song?
Oh wow. Now we can go hard rock, or you can go, but Holy, Holy, Holy is it. All-time favorite. But I do enjoy old Led Zeppelin stuff and Rolling Stones and Beatles and stuff like that too, and Jackson Browne and those. But a lot of good church songs I certainly enjoy. But wouldn't have one favorite other than Holy, Holy, Holy. That would definitely be the one. But, I enjoy music. I'm not exactly musical, but I really do enjoy music a lot. So.
Have you ever played any instruments?
I play the guitar, but I don't play it very well and haven't improved much over my lifetime. So it's kind of a self-taught, enjoy a few chords and stuff like that. So but that's it.
What other things do you enjoy right now besides playing the guitar?
Yeah. Being retired has kind of given me a few different things to do that I just, as you're working, it's not like you don't have time to do them, but you have other priorities. Your mind's always kind of going in a direction of what do I need to do versus what can I do now that I really enjoy. And reading is one of those things. Since I've retired, I really enjoy reading. And that's not like all day long sitting reading, but to take a 2 or 3 hour afternoon or late morning time to just sit and read is really enjoyable. I've read, I think, I'm in my 19th book since in 1 year, and that's a lot for me. Not exactly a speed reader, but I enjoy books and stuff like that. So yeah, reading, and then naturally just as you work in the yard and just different things like that, that's the kind of thing that you just don't feel like it all has to be done on Saturday morning anymore. So that's a good kind of a real relief of this phase of life, that we were able to retire before we got to the age that we couldn't do things. We're able to do things. We enjoy traveling and those kind of things. Hiking is a very enjoyable thing, and exercise and all like that. So yeah, lots of good stuff.
What is the best book you've read up to this point, besides the Bible?
Yeah. One that I really enjoyed was the one that's called The Mysterious Case of Rudolph Diesel. And it was kind of an odd book, but it was the life story of Rudolph Diesel and how that played into World War I and then actually into World War II and all these things and stuff. So it's historically true, but it has an aspect of they weren't quite sure on that. That's the mysterious case. They weren't sure, but it kind of plays out, and Winston Churchill is in it. And it's a lot of stuff that just is kind of a surprise ending almost like. And so it was very enjoyable. I read that one probably first or second after I retired. Enjoyed that one. Read some other ones that are very enjoyable. One that really affected me the most was that one there, A Severe Mercy, that your mom gave me, and it was really good. And that one was very effective in the way it comes across. But I think that there's been several books I've really enjoyed. Malcolm Gladwell's books on outliers and The Tipping Point. Those have been real good also. So yeah, I enjoy books. Some are just for fun, and then some have been a little bit more, you learn a lot more from them and stuff like
that. Do you have a favorite movie?
There's one that we like to watch a lot, and we own it. It's just a DVD. But it's called A Good Year, and it's a Russell Crowe movie from probably 20 years ago now, something like that, 15 or 20 years ago. But it's one of those. It takes place in France. He inherits this vineyard, but it goes back and forth with his growing up with his uncle there in the summers at the vineyard, and then going back. He ends up being a London stockbroker, making nothing but money, and all life's about money. And then it finally it goes back to him at the when he inherits the vineyard and stuff like that. He sees what life is really about. So anyway, yeah, it's very good. It's real light. It's kind of a romantic comedy almost kind of thing, but it's just the scenery in it and just the acting and stuff like that. It's just kind of, they do their parts really well. So we enjoy watching that one. It's one of those we throw it on when we're cooking or doing something in there you don't have to really think that much about. Just kind of let it play and enjoy the humor in it and stuff like that.
Do you enjoy traveling?
I do. I enjoy traveling more just with Ann than with large groups, but I think I'm learning to do more in that. And again, that's as we retire, we're going to start doing more in travel. This past year we had a big, nice trip and stuff like that. It was very enjoyable. Get to see a lot of stuff. So we've done some traveling. We've gone, a lot of different places over the years, and I had the kind of job that I was actually accrued some vacation time and was able to take extended time off from time to time and really enjoy some cruises and some long-term places, other countries and stuff like that. So very enjoyable. Yeah, love to travel.
Do you have somewhere that's like your dream place to travel to?
We kind of did that this year, going to Tuscany and then Switzerland and northern Italy and different places like that. So that was really, I would go back to Paris and I'd go back to Tuscany ASAP. It's really, that's the kind of place we just really, it's so laid back, or can be, and that's what we really enjoy, just getting involved in the culture and just the being there type thing. Cruises are fine, but you don't get to stay there long enough to really get embedded in the culture, and we enjoy that. So I think we'd go back an extended time, probably to Tuscany and to France, both a good bit. And so much more to see. That's just I'm limited in what I do know. So.
Let's see. What is some of the best advice you've ever been given?
Oh, wow. That one is very hard because I've tried to take advice from people that I look up to over the years. I don't have any specific thing. I've tried to, learn from others that really, as you, especially younger, that we got married so young and stuff like that, and you look at people that are just a few years ahead of you, but they're grown. In your mind, look, these people have grown up, and they were married and then moving on with life and stuff. Well, that's what we wanted, so you're kind of almost reading in the advice of this is what they're doing. So they're modeling themselves whether they mean to or not, but you're seeing this model ahead of you, and you want to be like that. So I don't know, I don't have any certain thing that someone's told me that I've just really, gone after like that, but just a lot of, you just surround yourself with good people, and it's going to take an effect on
you. What is your walk with the Lord like right now, and how has that changed over the years?
We just kind of learn, doing a lot more, I don't know if it's soul searching. What you have when you're younger is you're learning basically what gifts you have, but you don't know what they are. So during your a longer life, you're learning what you're actually gifted to do, and you look back and you go, okay, that's what I did. So it's like you have all these things in front of you that you think you possibly can do that you're really not gifted to do. But there's other things you think, wow, I got that accomplished, or this or whatever like that. So you just kind of learn as you go where God's taken you, not only the giftings you have, but also just the grace to walk in those things. But it also gives you a lot of grace for other people, that everybody's not the way I am, and I'm not the way everybody else is. So you kind of learn to take and learn from other people, but also just realize you can't do everything, and they shouldn't be expected to do everything either. So you have relationships that kind of falter over the years and things like that. It's just like, it is what it is. There's so many seasons of life. You never see one of those things. I always kind of throw everything into the farming realm. I don't know why, but anyway, a farmer's never frustrated. He knows every day is not harvest day. So he's planting and watering, fertilizing, doing all these things, but he knows that's one day. Mm.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Do my best anyway.
Okay. Just in closing, do you have any words of advice or anything else you'd like to share?
Let me think. Enjoy God's faithfulness.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.